Yeah, people are before class start singing and abusing by doing mic on, happening from last 3 days. Person names are Jaiswal. Mr. Jaiswal, why are you behaving like a idiot? Mr. Jaiswal, which Jaiswal? Anyone can tell his name, complete name, which Jaiswal he is? Which Jaiswal he is? There are 2-3 Jaiswals. S. Jaiswal, Pradeep Jaiswal. Can you name? Anyone can tell exact name of that Jaiswal? S. Jaiswal. S. Jaiswal. S. Jaiswal, please switch off your video. Please switch on your video, S. Jaiswal. Please switch on your video, Mr. S. Jaiswal. S. Jaiswal, please switch on your video. Okay, S. Jaiswal, I'm putting in the waiting room. Next, Subham Maurya. Subham Maurya. Subham Mukhya na Maurya na? Subham Mukhya, you are a sincere student. Now, what happened to you, guy? Please switch off your video. Switch on your video, Mr. Subham Mukhya. Subham Maurya, please switch on your video. Subham Mukhya, not Subham Maurya. What happened, guy? Why are you singing songs? Is it Subham Mukhya or Subham Maurya? Who is doing this work? Subham Mukhya is doing work. Fine. Subham Mukhya. Mukhya, please switch on your video. Subham Mukhya, please switch on your video. Right. Right. Everyone, please come back. Arey, don't behave like a idiots here. Because sometime I think I will ask my admin people, the moment he start the meeting, he will disable everything. Don't do that. Don't do that. See. No, they have identity crisis. What to do? They want to be identified by others. They have identity crisis. Right, boss. Let's come back to the discussion. Yes. Yesterday I was talking about session.get method, boss. Session.get method, session.load method. Mainly our focus is on session.get method. Okay. Session.get method performs eager loading of record. That means the moment you call the method, it will hit the database, get the record. Irrespective of whether you are using that record or not, it will hit the database and get the record. Session.load method performs lazy loading. Though asked to get the record, It will hit the database only when you start utilizing the record. Till that time, what it will do? First, it will give dummy proxy object. When you show interest of using the proxy object, then it actually hit the database and gets the record. Then it actually hit the database and what gets the record. Are you understanding my point? That's why lazy loading. Actually, load method can work with both lazy loading and eager loading, but default lazy loading, boss. Load method by default lazy loading. This is the signature, boss. So this is the method. You have to pass class name in the form of java.lang.class object. Fine. Right. You have to pass class name and here is the ID. Here is the ID. Fine. Yeah. So you can check whether record is available or not. Policy object created a control goes to else block. Not created a, come on, it says record not found. It says record not found. This is the generated query. Generated query is always based on ID property. And tell me, this query is pre-generated query or dynamically generated query? It is pre-generated query. It is not dynamic generated query. Because basic 4 queries will be generated for every table while creating session factory object by dialect. So this is pre-generated query. Okay, fine. Next, how the diagrammatic representation. When we call the method, internally SQL query generated that has hit the database, got the result set. That result set record is mapped with what? Entity class object. From there, it is given to application. From there, it is seriously given to what? Application. Everyone got the clarity there or not there? Super. Internal code I have given. When session.get method is called internally, what happens? Akshay Kumar Parida, sorry, yaar. Very bad news. Very bad news. Okay, if possible, try to attend from mobile because in quarantine center also there will be what? Network. If network is there, try to attend through mobile. If not possible, no problem. Okay, anyhow, I'm sharing the notes now. You can collect the notes. Fine. When you come back, you try to attend 2-3 classes. Okay, if you're able to continue, continue. Otherwise, okay, wait for the next batch or go through the notes. Fine. Take care. Take care. Take care. So fine. Nowadays, everyone is getting corona. So don't think that why me kind of thing, right? Why me kind of thing. Be positive. It comes and goes. That's it. The people, yeah, it's like fever and any other flu. Any other flu. Just take proper treatment, proper food. Yes. Okay, it will go. It will go. So don't think in a wrong manner. Fine. Don't ever question why me. Don't ever question why me. When these many people are there, why only I got it? Yes. Today you got it, tomorrow someone else will get it. That's it. Fine. Take care. Take proper food, proper rest. Okay. Don't take pressure. Don't take pressure. Fine, yeah. Prepared statement, set value, execute query. This gives me result set object. We are going through the record of result set, copying to what? Entity class object. If everything is what? Returning that object, otherwise we are returning null. We are returning null. So yesterday we are developing this application with the support of what? Gradle. First one, we ensure that build ship plugin is there. Then we created Gradle project by enabling Gradle wrapper and auto sync. Then we have added these two things. That's why I'm giving OJDBC 6-7 multiple options are there in my mvnrepository.com. Something is working, something is not working. Understanding my point there. Something is working, something is not working. Right. So that's why I have given correct one. This I tested, it's working nicely. Okay, fine. Understanding my point there. Yes, yes. Fine here. Subham Rathore, his name is Ayesh Kumar Parida. If you want to help him, you can help him later. Okay. His name is Ayesh Kumar. Ayesh Kumar Parida. Okay, fine here. Right. So, right. Add packages and develop the source code. Right. Radha Kumari. Why take application.xml in project? Radha Kumari, madam, this is not a spring class, madam. It is it is Hibernate class. It is Hibernate class. Madam, it's a Spring class. Please refer initial classes of Spring. Application context.xml is Spring Bean configuration file. From there, we give instruction to Spring container. By changing name, if you ask the question, I don't recognize her. Definitely, I recognize it, madam. Okay. Please, it's Hibernate class. If we can stick with Hibernate questions, it will be good. Okay. Guys, don't miss initial classes and don't ask basics again and again. Madam, in spring class also I have answered. You have answered. Your name is Durga Kumari. I have answered multiple times. Application context.xml or any XML is there to provide inputs to framework or container. First of all, who asked to miss initial classes? Who asked to create this much hangama at this time? Show some maturity and common sense, madam. Blaming others is very easy, but taking responsibility is very, very important. Okay? Right. J center. What is that? J center is fixed, boss. The syntax is fixed. This syntax actually it's a method call. It's a method call. Right, boss. Add packages and develop what? Source code. Add packages and develop source code. Let's come to the application. Let's come to the application. Okay. Right. So I think yesterday we completed utility class here. Let's completed utility class. Naresh Annam, what you are not understanding, tell me. Hibernate you are not understanding or Gradle you are not understanding. From when you started attending Hibernate, it's not a new batch. Those who joined yesterday, today, please stop coming. You are not eligible to sit in the batch. Already 4-5 applications are over. No, sir. Still, I want to continue. Please watch videos and come. Please watch videos and come. Okay. Naresh, Mr. Naresh Annam, if you have missed some classes, please watch videos. Initial 13, 14 videos are there. Guys, if I start answering this kind of question, when our session will move further, Babu? Okay, I'm giving last final statement. Those who missed initial classes, 15 videos are there in the YouTube channel. Go and watch. After that, notes is uploaded to the group. Download and see. Okay. My simple suggestion is wait for the next batch. If you cannot wait for the next batch, at least do this work. Take it in 2 days time. Try to watch all the videos. Try to complete first 2 applications. Then you can continue in this batch. But you have to do all the things in 2 days time itself. Otherwise, my simple suggestion is stop coming. Stop coming. Guys, other guys, those are sharing meeting ID password as chocolate. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. You are wasting. You are wasting your time only indirectly. You are not helping your friend. You are killing their confidence. Stop doing it. Fine, yeah. Let's come to the discussion. com.nt.entity. com.nt.entity. So here we are having class. First we have to develop entity class, boss. First of all, we have to develop entity class. Understanding my point there? Right. Entity class. Yes, I will take all your questions at the end. Okay, what is our entity class here? Insurance policy. Insurance policy. That is our entity class. Okay, fine. So in Hibernate is recommended to implement what interface here? Serializable. Recommended to implement what interface? Serializable. Cool. Yeah, how many properties? So better to take same property. Policy ID, policy name, policy type, company, tenure. These are the 4 properties I have to take. Tell me. Private int policy ID. Private string policy name. Okay, private string. We are having what? Policy type, company and tenure. Private tenure is taken as floater longa. Tenure is taken as number. Okay, na? Okay. Private long. What is this? Private long. Long is not required int tenure. Okay, tenure. Fine here. I think total 5 properties are there. Next, there is one more thing called private string company name. Now tell me here, I have taken this one as 10. 10 means what? 10 digits can be there. So better to take long now. Better to take long. Fine here. Okay, now tell me, better to take simple integer or wrapper integer? Better to take simple integer or wrapper integer? Wrapper integer, so that we can go for dynamic query support. Overall, wrapper was only good. Okay, fine. What about this one, sir? Here also you can take wrapper, your choice. Here also you can take what? Wrapper. Wrapper long I am taking, boss. That's nice. Tenure means duration. Tenure means duration. Yes. Now I have to generate getter setter method. In future, I am going to use Lombok API to generate getter setter method. For the timing, you go for it. Yes. Wrapper is industry standard. Control plus shift plus yes. Control plus alt plus shift plus yes R. I think you already know these shortcuts, right? Getter setter methods. Yes. Okay, boss. Getters and setters. Yes, in future I'm going to use it. Alt plus shift plus yes, comma R. Okay, I'm taking one toString method also. I'm taking one toString method also. Okay. What is the shortcut key to get the toString method here? What is the shortcut key to get the two-string method? Alt plus shift plus yes plus yes. Okay, it is coming anyhow at the end. Mm. This is two-string method. Mm. That's fine. Now I have to develop what class here? Mapping file. I have to develop mapping file. Right click, new, other, new, other. Here, what is this? New, other. Okay. Hibernate XML file. You have to take XML file. Okay. Better to take same as what? Class name. Insurance hbm.xml. Insurance policy.hbm.xml. Say next, say finish. Say next, say finish. Yeah, doc type you can gather from internet, or you can gather from documentation, or from the software that you have installed. Okay. E drive, what is this? Hibernate 5.4 point. That's it. Here we have a project. Here you search for star.hbm.xml. Star.hbm.xml. Yes, we got it. Take this one, paste it. Understanding my point there, right? Arey, why using Gradle? Why a doc type will come, ra? Mr. Akshay Bhushe. All of a sudden, what happens to your analyzation? Gradle will give jars, Gradle will give doc types. Come on, yaar. Gradle will not give doc types, na? Gradle will give jars. Sometimes you think very, very, very nicely, boss. Hibernate mapping. Tell me. Class name. Class name. Keep the habit of writing on your own. Don't go for copy paste. I'm not talking about doc type. I'm talking about mapping information. Tell me here. Okay. No, this won't get dynamically. Right now, that tool is there. That plugin is not there. You have to write copy paste only. Okay. Right. Yes. Okay, boss. Now listen carefully. Listen, one more thing. Listen carefully. In future, I'm going to teach how to get this mapping file configuration files dynamically. We have tools here. Hibernate tools are there integrated with Eclipse, integratable with Eclipse. Then mapping files and entity classes configuration files will be generated dynamically. If you have a table, by using Hibernate reverse engineering concept, so these files can be generated dynamically. But initially, I'm not going to introduce them. Why, sir? In the interviews, they are asking to you to write sample mapping file, sample configuration file. Are you understanding my point? So until we get better practice, I'm not going to introduce that tool. What is the class name? com.nt.entity dot insurance policy. Insurance policy. Table is equal to, what is equal to? Table is equal to, tell me. Insurance policy. Yes, insurance policy. Next. Now tell me. Now tell me. You know one thing, writing table tag is optional if class name and table name is matching. Few days we will write. After that, we will stop writing that. Tell me, boss, what is OR mapping? First of all, everyone answer. What is OR mapping? No, object relational mapping. I also know. What is actual meaning of OR mapping? In the initial classes, we discussed. Guys, respond. Don't be dumb. Yeah. Linking classes with tables. Linking properties of classes with table columns. This is called OR mapping. Who will do this work? Who will do this work? Programmer or OR mapping software will do internally. Programmer should do this work. Who will do this mapping part? Programmer should do na. Who is responsible for this OR mapping? Framework will do internally or programmer will do? A programmer should do OR mapping. Understanding what? Generating JDBC code, generating SQL queries based on your OR mapping configurations is the responsibility of the programmer. OR mapping is the responsibility of programmer. Are you understanding my point? Framework will not do OR mapping. Why I'm writing this code? If programmer is doing OR mapping, why I'm writing that code? Come on, tell me. I am writing code means what? I am doing OR mapping. I am means here what? Programmer. Is that clear? Right. Okay, fine. ID name. Now tell me one more thing. Taking table with primary key column is compulsory or recommended? While working with Hibernate, taking table with primary key column is mandatory work or recommended? Is recommended, not compulsory. Come on. Is recommended, not mandatory. You can take a table without primary key column also, but that is not recommended. That is not mandatory. Okay. Next, if you don't take, problems will come. So, but it does not mean you should take it. Understanding my point there? Super. Next one. It's not a rule. It is a suggestion. It's a recommendation. Okay. Now tell me here. Table is not having primary key column. Should I still configure identity property using ID tag? Should I still configure identity property by using ID tag? Yes. Yes. Are you getting my point there? Table is having PK column or not. Still we have to configure ID property, ID tag with ID property. Why, sir? Every entity object is identified with identity value, and ID property value only will become identity value. Without identity value, no query can be generated for single row operations. Understanding my point there? So though table is having primary key column or not, okay, you have to configure one property as what? ID property. Some people says primary key column is mandatory. It's not mandatory, boss, but identity property configuration is mandatory. Is that clear? Is that clear? Come on, guys. Yes. We should configure, okay, ID property or ID field using ID tag irrespective of underlying DB table is having, irrespective of underlying DB table is having PK column or not. PK column or not. Okay, boss. Now tell me, what is that? ID name, policy ID. ID name, policy ID. Super, boss. Under this column, I am giving new model. You can write everything in ID tag itself or one more model under ID tag, column tag. Earlier we used to write ID and column in the same place. In the ID tag itself, I used to mention column name. But one more new model has come. Okay, ID tag separately, column tag separately, which is good, sir. Which is good. Nowadays, people are preferring this model a lot. Why? Because all column information in one place, all property information in one place. That's why some people are preferring this model also. Understanding my point there. Super boss. Next, property. Okay, now property tag. Next, what is there? Property tag, property name, policy name. Because these are ordinary properties, na? Oh, property name. Case sensitive, boss. Policy name. Tell me here, what is this? Column name. Okay, policy name. Column name, policy name. Understanding my statement there or not there? So what is this? Property name. Property name. Company. Order is not important. Any order we can configure. But this ID tag should be there before property tag according to DTD rules. Next one. Column name is equal to company. Don't worry. In future, I'm going to introduce annotation driven OR mapping also. Don't worry. Property name. What is that property name? What is the property name, my dear? Policy type. Property name, policy type. Tell me. Column name. What is this? Policy type. Column name, policy type. Next, property name. Tenure. Property name, tenure. Next, column name. What is this? Tenure. Column name, tenure. Yes, this is one more model, boss. This is definitely one more model to consider. Okay. Nothing. You have to write column details separately and property details separately. Easier, not easier, boss. Anything great in this? Fine. Now I have to develop Hibernate configuration file. Until we get a grip, we are going to type only. Okay. Next, what is this? Next, what is this? New XML file. Other. What is the file name? XML. XML file. Yes, that's nice. What is the file name? Okay, hibernate.cfz.xml. Not fixed any other name also you can take. Next, finish. Okay, go to the examples folder. Here you search for sample configuration file. XML file. Lot of things are there. Anything you choose randomly. Copy this. Go here. Say paste. Hibernate configuration file. Understanding my point there? Yes. Okay. Hibernate configuration. Yeah, tell me here all the information that we are giving in configuration file, including mapping file name, will go and store in the will go and store inside what? Session factory object. Will go and store inside what? Session factory object. Understanding my statement? Yes. Here is what? Session factory. That's the reason we have a tag called session factory. All this information that we are giving in configuration file and mapping file will be stored into what? Session factory object. That's the reason there is a session factory tag here. Property name. The word Hibernate is optional. Come on. The word Hibernate is what? Optional. Understanding my point? Okay, then what is the property name? Connection dot driver underscore class. Driver underscore class Arakill dot jdbc dot driver dot Arakill driver. Yes, type once and go for. These are what properties here? Connection properties. What properties? Connection properties. That's it. Connection dot URL. What is this URL? JDBC colon Arikil colon thin colon at the rate localhost colon 1521 colon XE. Next, connection dot username. Connection dot username system. Connection dot password. Connection dot password manager. These are connection properties here. Next, Hibernate properties are there. These are there to give instruction to Hibernate. We are having Hibernate properties. What properties here? Hibernate properties. Property name. Property name. Dialect. Optional but recommended to keep. Tell me, dialects is a component internally a class that is capable of what? Generating SQL queries, both pre-generated and dynamic. Both pre-generated and dynamic queries. At the end, query generation means dialect here. Come on. Not only query, not only tables, not only queries, sequences, whatever required. Any query generation is the responsibility of the dialect. All dialect are the classes that are extending from dialect class. org.hibernate.dialect.dialect class. So the dialect is the class name that will change based on the database software we use and its version. Yes or no? Na? Most important component of Hibernate framework having capability to generate both pre-generated SQL queries and dynamic SQL queries. Are you understanding my point there? Tell me here, what is Hibernate dialect? Oracle dialect? org.hibernate.dialect.Oracle 10G dialect. G means grid, 10G, 11G grid versions. C means cloud. Okay, na? 10G dialect. 10G will work for 11G also. 12C will work for 10G, 11G, any higher versions. Okay, fine. So Hibernate properties. Now I want to see generated SQL query. Show underscore SQL true. I want to format this. Okay, I want to format this. Format underscore SQL true. See, boss, don't call dialect as a normal class here. Dialect is a component in Hibernate, which is there in the form of class, having capability to generate pre-generated and dynamic SQL queries at runtime. Because don't say just a class, it's an important component because that is internally uses it is see boss. JDBC driver is a jar file having so many classes, but we identify driver with one class name. But can we say JDBC driver is a class? No, 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 no. Dialect is identified. Dialect is identified with one class name. It doesn't mean dialect is class. No, dialect is a bunch of lot of things. Understanding my point there. Okay. We can get fully qualified class name of dialect from documentation. From documentation. Are you getting my point? Sometime, though there are so many classes, okay, they will be fetched with a single class name. So that's why better not to say, okay, that is class only. No, that's a component identified with class. Identified with class. Are you getting my point? Yes. Format underscore SQL true. Format underscore SQL true. Mr. Samreen, already I have conducted one exclusive 45-minute session on dialect. Please go and read. Don't miss the classes and don't irritate in the next class. Guys, I'm requesting everyone. If you miss the class, keep the habit of reading the document. Don't be that much lazy. Now someone asks, sir, first time you introduce dialect, now please write some points about dialect. That means that guy missed that session. Such a such a irritating mentalities you are having, such a lazy bodies. Only classes you are attending, man, sincerely here. Some people are not doing that. After class, no practice, no analyzation, no reading. Not going to work out. Really not going to work out. Consistency is very important. One day, 10 hours hard work I will do, 10 days I will sleep. Again, I will do 10 hours hard work. Not going to work out. Okay, fine. Dialect is always before any order, but before mapping tag, you have to write. Array, you can change order of these property tags, no problem. But you have to write before mapping tag. That's it. Okay, next. Mapping file. Tell me here. Mapping. Resource is equal to com/nt/entity/ what is this? Insurance policy .hbm.xml. Insurance policy.hbm.xml. Easy na, boss. Second time we are developing. We are feeling comfortable or not? Sir, do I need to remember these many properties? Don't remember. I already given the place where all these are available. I will tell. In Hibernate installation, Hibernate framework installation, there is a project folder, there is a etc folder, there we got hibernate.properties. From here you can collect it. All types of properties are there, but a bit old are there. Show_SQL. Dialect. Many places dialect is there. In many places dialect is there. See, dialect is there. For every database they have given dialect. This is the one place. Or you can get from internet also. You can get from internet also. What is this? Hibernate configuration properties list. Hibernate configuration properties list. Okay, fine. You open docs.jboss.org is the official website. It's the official website. Okay, in the official website, in this, tell me here, optional configuration properties. We are having properties list or not? Hibernate cache properties, Hibernate transaction properties, miscellaneous properties, and dialect list. Dialect list. These many databases, dialect is there. You need not to mug up anything. You need not to mug up anything. Getting my point there. You will get happily. You will happily get them. Okay, right. This is the URL. I'm pasting URL here. If you are interested, you can get it. Because property names are fixed, na? That's why. To get a Hibernate configuration file properties list. Say paste. Okay. Maybe you cannot copy paste this one from the paintbrush. That's why I have given in the chat box also. Right, boss? This is done. Now I have to come to my main code. What is main code? com.nt.test. com.nt.test class. Tell me. Load object test. Okay, na? Load object test. Main method. Fine, yeah. Main method. Okay. Next. Get session object. Get what object here? Session object. Get session object. Get session object. Understanding my statement there. Get the session object. Yes, if you want to get the session object, what is the simplest way I have given? Session SCS is equal to null. Session SCS is equal to null. Then what should I do? SCS is equal to, tell me, hibernate util dot get session. Hibernate util dot get session. Fine. We are ready with the session object. Try block. We have to take try block. Tell me here what is this load object. Load object. See, boss, while doing select operation, there is no need of taking transaction management. Why? Are select operation are not affecting anything in the database. When it is not modifying anything in the database, when it is not affecting anything, there is no meaning of any role. So that's why no, we can execute select persistence operations. Select persistence operations in Hibernate. Okay, select persistence operations in Hibernate as non-transactional statements. What statements here? Non-transactional statements. They not modify DB table records. Moreover, they just read the data. They just read the records. They just read or select the records. That's it. Yes, load object here. Yes. SCS is equal to, what is equal to? SCS is equal to Hibernate. It's already there. Fine. I have to load object. Fine. Load object using get method I want to do. Insurance policy. Policy is equal to null. Policy is equal to session dot get. Array load object means not load method. You using get also we are loading object. Using load method also we are loading object. Loading object means what here? Selecting record from a table and storing into a object. Fine. So here what is the class name you have to take? Insurance policy dot class. Serializable. What is that? I think today we are having table. Anyone remembered what record we are having? It takes time. Meanwhile, we'll let another bar. Do Yes. Guys. Small network issue. Don't worry. Please come back. Network issue. I have to raise complaint about my net connection. Fine. Please come back. Signal is dropping in the middle. Hmm. Yeah, Geo people are cheating. Maybe. Sisa recall found and displayed. Record found and displayed. Yeah, we have a two string. We have a two string method. What is that policy? Fine, yeah. Now it's okay. Now is it okay? Now is it okay? Still problem? Now check once. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Right. System dot out dot println. Right. Okay, boss. System dot out dot println policy. Okay, fine then. Right. Then what is the story? End of the try block. Catch. Sir, today you are not taking any boolean variable flag, all this thing. Only in select top, non-select that is required. In select, not required. Tell me here. Hibernate exception, he dot print stack trace. Then what next? Catch. Exception e. E dot print stack trace. E dot what print stack trace. Finally block. What block here? Finally block. Are you getting my point? Fine, yeah. Okay, finally block. Next. Hibernate util dot close session SCS. Hibernate util dot close session factory. Hibernate util dot close session factory. Closing connection, closing session factory. Here we connection here we are deactivating Hibernate and releasing lot of things. Releasing lot of things. Okay. I hope I have given correct one. But anyhow, we will see system manager. Try to reduce SQL prompt. Try to use SQL developer. SQL developer is industry standard, boss. Yeah. Tables. Tables. What is this? Insurance policy. Tables here we are having insurance policy. Yes. Here is my insurance policy. Okay, 9001, 9002, 9003. But I have given what is this? L for long, boss. L for long. I hope you are remembering that. If you don't give L, it will be treated as integer. I am giving simple long. Internally, it will be converted into wrapper long. That is auto boxing. Converting object wrapper object to simple value, auto unboxing. Okay, converting simple value to wrapper object, auto boxing. Everyone getting my point? Yes. Run on Java application. Run on Java application. Let's see. Query generated having identity value as the criteria value. Some nicknames it is generating. Don't worry. This is the nickname, boss. Okay. Fine. After that, we are record found and displayed, and we are getting the record. How, sir? Because we are keeping what? You are keeping what? Policy object in the SOP. When you keep object in the SOP, automatically toString method will be called. If you want, you can see that source code you will get in F3. Oh, Gradle is not giving that support. Yeah. Listen. Println method, object X, it internally calling what? Value of, value of X. Okay, again press F3. It is internally calling toString method or not. If object is not null, if it is null, it prints null. If it is not null, it is calling toString method. Did you notice it? Did you notice it? How to see that one, sir? Very simple. Go to that method, press F3. You will get it. That is internally calling value of. Okay. Again press F3. Again press F3. You will get that one or not there. ToString method is called or not. That's the reason we don't call ToString method explicitly when you pass object in the SOP. Understanding my point there? Yes, that is one way. Another way of doing this work is also there. Control plus click. Control plus click. Left click. Okay. Again, control plus click. Again, we are getting this one or not there. So these are the two ways to see the source code, boss. These are the two ways to see the source code. Uh, go to code, and press F3. Press F3 or control plus CTRL plus click. CTRL plus click for getting source code. For simply getting what code here? Source code. That's it. All the various keys that are there in IDE, boss. Okay, the shortcut keys works in all Eclipse-based IDEs. All fine here. So just proved that when you pass object in SV, it internally calls what to string. Right. Only wrong number which is not there. 1001. 1001. Let Java application. It returns null here. Okay, and that's why this condition satisfied, record not found. That means using this method, we can check whether record is there or not there. Using this method, we can check whether record is there or not there. Everyone convinced with me, boss. Come on. Understood my point there or not there? Okay. Next, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Suppose record is available, 9001 record is available. But I am not printing record data. I am not using record. Okay, I am not using record. I am not. Guys, is my voice okay? Is my voice okay? 1 minute. Give me 2 minutes time. I will try to restart the router once. Okay. Adjust for today. I have raised complaint. Let's see whether they will come and solve the problem or not. Adjust for today. Fine here. Record found and displayed. Please observe very carefully. I am not using the object. I am not using the object, but still query generated, query displayed. Did you notice that? That means it is hitting the database. That means it is hitting the database irrespective of. It is hitting the database irrespective of. Are you getting my point? Whether you are using the record or not. That's the reason it is called eager loading. That's the reason it is called eager loading. Understanding my statement? See, I am not at all using the object here, but still it is hitting the database. Still it is what? Hitting the database. Why are you highlighting in that, sir? You called method, that's why it is hitting the database. Actually, load method is not doing just like that. That's why I'm saying it is okay, different. Anyhow, let's come to the regular discussion. Let's develop application by using what? Session.load method. What method here? Session.load method. Session.load method. Guys, can I continue the session or net is having issues? Can I continue the session? Are you facing any problem? Okay, let's off video. Let's off video. I'll stop the video. Now you check. Now you check. Voice breaking or not? At least voice you are able to feel. Screen and voice is coming properly. Voice is coming 1 minute. Let me try with hotspot. Let now check, guys. I moved to hotspot. I moved to hotspot. Now it's okay. Now is it okay? Both video and audio both are okay now. Stop using raise hand option. Yeah, let's first of all, let me complete these steps so that you can use them for Gradle practice. So we have developed source code. So then we have got even hotspot is also not good. Voice is good. Voice is not coming. Voice is not coming. Should I continue with hotspot or not? Wi-Fi is better than phone. Okay, see for 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'll wind up the session. See, see for 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, let me complete these steps here first. Let me complete these steps first. Yes, this is the directory structure. HB pros 4. HB pros 4. Okay. HB pros 4. Here, what is this? src/Java src/main/Java. Yes, under this we are having com.nt.cfgs. Now hibernate.cfg.xml. Hibernate.cfg.xml. Okay, nice. Now com.nt.entity. Yes, com.nt.entity. Next, insurance policy dot Java. Insurance policy dot Java. Next, insurance policy dot HBM dot XML. Okay, mapping file here. Next, com.nt.utility. Next, we are having hibernate util.java. Listen carefully, boss. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 p.m., we have a Gradle last session. We have a Gradle last session. Understanding my point? 1:30 p.m. to 2:30, 3 o'clock, the session will be there. com.nt.test. Loading object test. Loading object test. Loading object test. Okay, boss. HB pros 4. And somewhere here you have to keep build.gradle. Somewhere here you have to keep build.gradle. What dot gradle, my dear? Build.gradle. Yes. Fine here. Right. I hope my voice and everything is okay. Shall I continue? Okay. Step number 5. Run the application. Run the application. Yeah, the already given build.gradle code ra babu. Run the application. One option, right? Click on the project. First time, let me give 2 options. Run as, what is this? Java application. Run as Java application. This is the one way. Another way is load object test. I want to run through Gradle. When you decided to run through Gradle, go to build.gradle. Make sure that application plugin is there. Along with that main class name. Okay, see the video. Just see the video. Okay, now main class name. What is this? Main class name. com.nt.test load object test. What here? Load object test. Load object test. What test here? Load object test. I want to show how to run through Gradle also. Understanding my point there. So for this one, we can press one shortcut key called what? CTRL plus F11. Okay, to run as a normal application. If you want to run as a Gradle application, You know that. First say Gradle refresh. First say Gradle refresh. That's one thing. 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay. Gradle task. Nice. Here we are having what? Gradle task option. Gradle task option. Okay. Any spell mistake here? Load object test. Yes. Here we are having what class name? Load object obj ect. Obj, okay, ect, okay, load object test. Fine. Gradle task here, we got application here, we got run here. Run Gradle task. Run Gradle task. Run Gradle task. Here we have a console boss. We can see the console here. Build successful, but we got error. What's the error we got? Could not locate the resource. Hibernate.cfz.xml. Nothing is there. Okay, when you are running through Gradle, it is expecting XML file in the resources package. What package here? src/main/resources package. Copy package, say paste, say paste, copy package and say paste. Okay, only that is Gradle is having some headache. That's an okay. Gradle task, run Gradle task. Same application, build successful, build successful. This time what error was? Mapping not found. Oh, it is expecting mapping also in that location. Huh? It is expecting mapping also in that location. It's a headache now, boss. Right, it's a headache. Hmm. We cannot move both to there. It's not sounding good. Fine, we'll move temporarily here. Super. Save paste. Right, entity also I moved there. Gradle task. What is this? Gradle task. So application, say refresh once. Refresh. Application, say run. Run Gradle task. Run Gradle task. Yes, we have a record and record is coming here. So while working with the Gradle, make sure that XMLs are moved to resources folder. What here? XMLs are moved to resources folder. Understanding my point? Yes, video is disabled intentionally. Concentrate here. Okay, let me give the feeling record is coming here. Let me give the feeling record is coming here. See here, Gradle task. Yeah, with the Gradle, some hangama is there. I do agree that, especially related to XML files. Gradle task. Gradle task. Yes. Here is the record and output. Yes, we are getting the record and output. Fine. Okay. So how to run using Gradle? Running using Gradle. Don't run much with Gradle here. Use Gradle for getting downloads of jars. So that's it. And enjoy the directory structures. Okay. Don't run with Gradle. Every time copying is meaningless. Okay. First one, copy com.nt dot cfz's comma com.nt dot entity packages to coms what is that src/main/resources folder. Understanding my point there? Okay, resources folder. Resources folder. Number two, perform Gradle refresh. I'll go alternate also, don't worry. Perform Gradle refresh. Perform Gradle refresh. What is this? Just see the screen. Just see the screen. I'll wind up this class. Right click on project. Sir, right now you think about calling get method only for one time. If we call multiple times, it will collect from the cache. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. First of all, you think about collect only one time call. Raju, think about one time call only. Right click on the project, Gradle, refresh project. Okay, what happens if I call same get method with the same input value multiple times? First time it will collect from database, next time onwards it will collect from the cache. Today you don't worry about this. I will take caching discussion separately. Next one. Next one. Go to Gradle task tab. Gradle task tab. Go to Gradle task tab. Go to Gradle task tab. Go to Gradle task tab. Come on, next. Go to application. Go to your application. Expand application. Run. Okay. Run. Run and execute the task. Execute the task. This is the one thing here. This is the one thing. Now listen. Sir, copying to this one is headache. Now I don't want to copy, sir. Who will copy, sir? Who will copy? Every time copying to resources folder is meaningless. Okay, I don't want to copy. What should I do? Don't copy. That means delete it. Don't copy. That means delete it. Delete it. But they are there in the original place as it is. So now go to client application. Now go to client application. I2 never experimented. Not client application. Go to Hibernate util.java. Go to Hibernate util.java. Go to Hibernate util.java. Last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes. After that, I will wind up. Okay. See here. Then what should I do? src slash main slash java. I'm giving full path here. I'm giving full path. src slash main slash java. Is that clear? Nice. Go to map configuration file. Here also src slash main slash java. src slash main slash java. In both places, I am writing that main base folder also. src slash main slash java. Now, observe very carefully to the resources folder. To the resources folder, I have not copied anything. To the resources folder, I have not copied anything. Understanding my point there? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'll wind up the session. Run on, not this one. Go for Gradle refresh. Go for Gradle refresh. Nice. Yes, I have gone for Gradle refresh. Now come to Gradle task refresh. Application now run. Run Gradle task. Oh, still error. Huh? Still error. Could not locate. Could not locate. Array, it is not coming, Rababu. It is not coming. Why it is not coming? src slash main slash java. src slash main slash java. I copied, it should come now. Okay. src slash main slash java. Fine, here it is not working. Keep the habit of copying to what? Leave it. Keep the habit of copying to resources folder only. So I tried, I just tried, I got a thought and I experimented. It's not working. So no option. Okay. No option. Dot. All these are fine. Not going to work out. Leave it. It's basically not recognizing. That's the issue. Okay, Hibernate util.java, leave it. Fine. Direct run will work. Direct run will work, always work. That's not an issue. Run as Java application. Direct run always will work, not a issue at all. Direct run, not a issue here. That is always good. As a Eclipse run, it is not having any issue. Mapping resource not found. Insurance policy.html. com.nt.nt. Is there na? Is there? What is the problem? Okay, anyhow, leave it. That's not an issue. You always run it directly. You always run it what? Directly. Don't worry about that. So let's say Gradle refresh. You say normal refresh. What happened to this application? Now it is not running manually also. Load object test. Click on this. Mapping not found. com/nt/ version com/nt/ configuration file. What's the issue, boss? Is it right? Mapping resource com/nt/insurance policy.htm. It's right only na 1 minute. We clean and build the project once. When this kind of issues comes, you have to clean and build the project. Yes, load object test. Yeah. Yeah, just clean and build the project here. Just clean and build the project. That's fine. Okay, only two options. Don't try to run as a Gradle. Always run as a normal application. Okay, use Gradle for getting the jars and other stuff. Don't use Gradle for other things. Fine. So with this we completed get. With this we completed get. Why we call get as eager loading? Whether we use received record or not, received object or not, it is hitting the database and getting the record. You will feel why it is called eager after seeing the load method, lazy loading. Understanding my point there. Whether you use received object or not, whether you use received record or not, irrespective of anything, okay, it is blindly hitting the database and getting the record. When you see the load method, then you will understand why get is called eager loading. Fine? Okay. When record is not found, what is the exception it is giving, boss? Okay, interviewer may ask this question. If record is not found, what is the exception we are getting? Suppose I have given 1001. We are getting 1001. Tell me, are you getting any exception or only null value? Are you getting any exception? Only null value. Record not found. So in get method, if record is not found, okay, you will not get any exception. You will get null. You will get null. When null is there, if you call method, you will get null pointer exception. Understanding my point? When null is there, if you invoke any method, then you will get null pointer exception. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Here, no exception when record is not there. You will just get null. Okay, I will write that point also. Note. Session.get method does not throw any exception if the record is not found. It just returns null. It just returns null. It returns null. It just returns null. Fine. Sir, my friend said that when record is not there, it is throwing null pointer exception. Array, why null pointer exception comes, you know? Record not there, null is there. Okay, this kind of verification is not done. Directly I said SOP policy. Directly I said SOP policy. When null is there in any reference variable, if a toString method is called, definitely null pointer exception comes or not there. Definitely null pointer exception comes or not there. See here, sysout policy. Okay, right now record is not there. Record is not there, but I'm still running the application. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Record not found. But here what is saying? Null. Null is coming. 1 minute. Actually, toString is displaying null. Instead of to null, I call get policy ID. I call one method get policy ID. Next, policy dot get policy name. Policy dot get policy name. Click on it. Click on it. What is the exception we got here? Null pointer exception. What's the exception we got here? Null pointer exception. Did you realize that? Come on, guys. Okay, it is real exception? Huh? No. Why it is not real exception? This is not generated by get method. It is returning null. When null is there, calling method is your headache. When null is there, calling method is your headache. Are you understanding my point there or not? So that's why get method throws null pointer exception if record is not there. Record is not there. Is not a right statement. Is not right statement. Understanding my statement there or not? Method is not returning null. Method is returning, okay, method is returning null. Method is not returning null pointer exception. Calling method, come on. Calling method on the reference variable that holds null is our headache. Everyone got the clarity now? Yes. Fine. Don't miss tomorrow's class. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about session.load method. Session.load method. Understanding my point there? Yes, to overcome that problem only we got optional API, don't worry. But first of all, method should be designed supporting optional API. Na? So since method is not designed supporting optional API, not a problem. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon 1:30 p.m. we have a Gradle workshop. We have a Gradle workshop. GitHub link I already shared. So old one only. I will share the projects. Don't worry. Thank you. Don't miss tomorrow's class. I need your cooperation. Content is going very slowly. Please be active. I'm sharing the code. From there you can see the mapping file and everything. Thank you. Have a nice time. Please be more active. Please be more interactive. Content is going very slowly. Yes, if it is Spring application context.xml also you have to keep in what? Resources folder. Resources folder. If you are running through Gradle, T2 getting error in Gradle path setting. See boss, if you are using Eclipse, no need of outside environment variable. Otherwise, our people have given screenshot Eclipse document, PDF with screenshots. Please go through that once in the group they are available. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow, but tomorrow load method proxy design pattern, very, very important. Don't miss tomorrow's class. I'm going to, if possible, Deepanshu Singh, if you are running as a Gradle, you should copy. If you are running as a Gradle, you should copy. If you are not running it as a Gradle, you need not to copy. Okay, Pawan Kumar, it's a old GitHub link only. It's old GitHub link only. Okay, it's not a new one. I hope you joined recently, it seems. Okay, tomorrow I will share the GitHub link. Thank you. Have a nice time.